So Nikto is basically a tool which can be used for information gathering on a server. Basically, when we need to scan a server, we can use Nikto. So it is already pre-installed inside the Kali Linux, which we are going to use as a penetration testing operating system. So for checking out the help of the Nikto, we can just go for sudo su, enter your account's password, that is Kali's password, and you can go for Nikto space hyphen hyphen help. So this will tell you how you can actually use the Nikto, how you can use the display, how you can use the check database check, how can you use the safe file format and other things. For using Nikto on a host, you can directly go for Nikto space hyphen h, and with it you can give the host. Let's say nikto hyphen test.com and hit the enter key. So it will scan whole of the server which is quite present over, and it's gonna give us the whole information about the server, its header formats, it's what sort of formats are quite present over there, and certain vulnerabilities if they exist over there. So it's basically gonna tell me server no banner retrieved, the anti-click jacking X frame option header is not present, X XSS protection header is not defined, the X content type option header is not set. And if they are not set, what can happen is anti-click jacking X frame option header is not present, which means any person can perform a click jacking over here. The X XSS protection header is not defined, so it means there is no protection against XSS. If the X content type option header is not set, the user agent it can allow the user agent to render the content of the site in a different fashion to the MIME type. Now it is scanning for the root pages. It is scanning for the root pages, which means it is searching out for the directories, it is searching out for certain for files and folders, it's gonna look out for certain different informations from different directories. Now let me about the test from this scan. What I can do is I can give it with certain more interesting thing. Let's say https colon double slash nikto hyphen test.com. Whether it's a http or it's an https, you can give the whole information here and you will be able to grab the similar information. Giving it a precise URL or precise domain with http or https header, it's gonna give you the exact amount of information. See, like this time I am getting the target IP is 46.8.8.100, target host name is nikto-test.com, target port is 443. If you will scroll up, certain information was quite present here, but it was running on target port 80, whereas this time it is having an SSL certificate, that's why it's running on port 443, and it's also giving us the SSL information. So it's gonna take its time for sure for giving the information all about the Nikto, and we can wait so far for getting the information from Nikto itself. Okay, since it's gonna take a long amount of time period, so I'm gonna switch my target from internet system to a local system. So for doing so, I will be using Metasploitable 2. That's by default, by nature, vulnerable operating system which can be used. Now let's see the IP address of the application or the application which we are running inside the Metasploitable. So it's already open here, the IP address. Let me confirm. MSF admin if config. The IP address over here is 192.168.98.190. So let's try to open the same IP address over here, that is 192.168.98.190, and you will find three applications which are running here. So mine is DVWA, that is damn vulnerable web application. So here is the URL on which I will be trying it again on another system. So let's clear the screen and let's go for Nikto. So instead of running on Nikto hyphen test, I will be running on this, that is http colon double slash 192.168.98.190 dvwa login.php and hit the enter key. So this time I have given it the exact URL on which we need to run for it, and here we got the information, some information which says server is Apache 2.2.8 on running on Ubuntu dev 2. Retrieve X power header, that is PHP, running of the PHP version is 5.4.2, for 5.2.4 and Ubuntu 5.10. Anti-click jacking XRAM option header is not present. XSS protection header is not defined. This header can hint to the user agent to protect against some of the form of XSS. Again, X content type option header is not set. Cookie PHP session ID created without HTTP only flag. Cookie security created without the HTTP only flag. No CGI directory found, and it says Apache 2.2.8 appears to be outdated. Now there are so many headers which are present here. So we can just check out for the security server headers for understanding them, what exactly security header scanners are, or what security headers are. So let's type on Google about security headers, or I can just be more specific, server security headers. So there will be 9 to 10 security headers which are quite present for the, here it is, configure HTTP security header. So I can either open this one or I can open the link from the OWASP security header project. So most of the time I used to prefer for Mozilla development side. It gives us a very precise and very correct information about security header scanners. So let's use the main system. I guess the system on which I will be working is pretty much slow. So let's open for it, that is server security headers. And there will be OWASP security header project. Here it is. Configure HTTP security header. What these security headers are, first three basic security headers are HSTS, that is HTTP strict transport security, CSP content security policy, HTTP public key pinning protocol, that is HPKP. So these three are one of the basic security headers. Now apart from this, we have got certain security headers just like XSS protection, cache control and programmer, and X-frame option. There are certain unsupported security headers like X content type option. So there are these three, there are these certain security headers which are supposed to be present by default inside each of our servers, so that it could give you optimized and absolute security. So there could be many more security headers depending upon the configuration of the server as well as the configuration of the web application. Now when we talk about all these three kinds of security headers, it says customizable security header, that is HSTS. It's a upgraded version of HTTP which provides you a better security. Then we have got a CSP, that is content security policy. It includes a comprehensive set of directives that help prevent client-side attacks like XSS and click jacking. And last we have got HPKP. HPKP header forces browser to only trust a specific certificate or certificate authority for secure connection. Then we have got certain certain enforced security headers, just like cache controller and programmer. These headers configure how the browser cache contents, how the browser caches the content. Caching sensitive content and information from an unauthorized application can be a security vulnerability if the content is cached on a machine that is used by multiple users. Then we have got an XSS protection. This header forces the browser's cross-site scripting heuristic to detect XSS attack. And then we have got X-frame option. This header helps to prevent clickjacking attacks. Then we have got X content type option. This header with the no sniff value helps protect against MIME type sniffing. So we have got certain kind of headers which should be present here inside the web application, but sometimes they are present, sometimes they are not present. And here we got more information as in the methods allows by the htt by the web application. The http methods allows are get, head, post, option, trace. Then web server returns a valid response with the junk http method. This may be a false positive. That means it could be present or it could not be present. The this application Nikto is not sure about it. Then we have got something OSVDB hyphen 877. It means open security vulnerable database. Reference number 877, which gives http trace method is active, suggesting the host is vulnerable to access T. Then we have got certain reference number 44056 at this specific URL, which allows user account info including password to be retrieved remotely. Then we have got reference number 12184 on this specific URL, which says http reveals potential sensitive information via certain http requests. Then again next four are the same, but on different URL or on a specific URL. These are certain information which will be revealed by your Nikto. So that's how your Nikto actually works. So let's go ahead and install Nuclei. So for installing Nuclei, I will be using this specific article for a better installation. Now Nuclei is a Golang application. So we would rather love to install Golang first, as goes in the article that we need to first install Golang and then we need to add some variables to the .bash rc file. So rather than being a Kali user, let's go for a super user. And let me increase the font size. So very first thing is apt install Golang. So Golang is one of the programming language which is used for creating so many tools in the domain of cyber security. So press yes. It says it's gonna download 424 MB of additional data. Once the installation of Golang will be done, we will be going through creation of certain variables in .bash rc file, which will be of optimal use for us, and via which we will be able to help we will be able to create certain global variables. So let's wait for 7 minutes and few seconds for installation of this Golang. So it again depends upon your internet speed. If you have a very good internet speed, it's gonna take hardly couple of minutes to install. Else, if you have got an average speed, you will be going to get 10 to 15 minutes. And if you have the worst internet speed, it's going to take more than an hour. So it says 2 minutes, 4 minutes. Okay, the time keeps on varying. Exactly 3 minutes and few seconds. and just few seconds left. 60% of it has been completed so far. Okay. So it has been installed, it's fetching some data into the Kali's Linux database so that it could be of further more useful and usage and help. Creating the manual page database, it's gonna take a while, but not that long. Here it's gonna take a couple of minutes extra for it to unpack and install the dependencies or the important files inside specific folder which is supposed to be there. 97% of the archive has been completed. And a minute more it will be done, I guess so. Once we are done with installation, we need to create certain global variables for our Golang, which we can actually use from any specific location from my Kali Linux. So global variables or environment variables are created so that you can call off any application or a software or even a tool from any location to any location. So it means like if I am inside my desktop, I can call the application from a certain specific location stored inside my hard drive in Kali Linux. So even if I'm on desktop, I don't need to go on their precise location to execute the application. But sometimes certain exceptions can go around. it's creating certain manual database, manual pages inside the database. For Golang, so far so good. It still says 97% progress is there, but let's wait for a couple of more minutes so that it could go on and proceed with the installation and the processing. Okay, we got something that says processing trigger on Kali menu and bang, we are done with it. Now we need to create certain global variable inside our .bash rc file. So let's go for ls space hyphen la. Here it is .bash rc. So let's go for nano .bash rc file, and at the end of this file I am going to create certain variables which will be helpful in calling the go as well as my nuclei when I am going to process this. Let's go for export space go root equals to slash usr slash local slash go. Then we have got another one, export go path equals to $home slash go. That is in the home directory. We are creating this specific folder and as go. Then export path equals to dollar go path slash bin colon dollar go root slash bin colon dollar home slash dot local slash bin colon dollar path. So here we have created all of those paths and we have added it to the global environment variable path. So let's save it. Once we are done with it, we need to install nuclei from this specific command. The only thing is that nuclei will install only on the latest version of Go. So for doing so, let's go for Go 111 module equals to on go get github.com slash project discovery slash nuclei slash v2 slash cmd slash, again we need to go for the word nuclei and hit the enter key. Let's wait. There are two possibilities. First possibility, the project will be installing Go with the nuclei with the Go command, or there will be an error due to certain specific uncertainties. So let's check out what does it goes for. If you get these error, if I will be getting this error, so we'll be going for the troubleshooting which is given below in the article, and we'll be downloading again nuclei from another way. So let's wait and check whether we are able to download and install this nuclei from this Go command. So some tools are version specific, so same goes with my nuclei. Nuclei is also version specific. So again, I'm telling you Go will be required, that is the latest version of Go will be required for installation of nuclei. It's gonna take sure amount certain times for installation. I'm sure it's gonna take its time for installing. Perfect. So we are able to install Nuclei. Now let's check out whether we are able to run it or not. So for that, just type the command nuclei. Let's see. Okay. So I guess it's going to get installed via apt install nuclei. Okay. Now let's again try to run for nuclei, hit enter, and it says nuclei by project discovery. Use with caution, you are responsible for your action. Developers assume no liability and are not responsible for any misuse or damage. So it says nuclei engine is outdated, but nuclei templates are to the latest. Now let's go for nuclei space hyphen h. So it's gonna tell me all the helping commands which I can actually go for. So I can actually go for all these things with the help of nuclei, and I can go for checking out what kind of targets I can go. So I can give it list of string or the target string, that is the target URL, or scan to host, or path to file containing a list of targets. So I can directly give either a single host or or a file which contains those specific URLs of my target. So let's go first with a single file, that is nuclei space hyphen u. Let's go for https colon double slash www dot megacorp1.com, and let's see what the output is going to be. It's giving us the information that says it's running on Apache 2.4.38, which is on Debian. There are certain security headers which are missing: clear data site, content security policy. So they have exclusively mentioned this thing. Now there are certain templates. Okay, let it get executed. And again, what I am getting here is certain information about SSL. So far we just received information about HTTP or HTTPS information. You will be HTTP information you will be getting here. What are the heads HTTP missing security headers are present. Now it's gonna give certain information about SSL and TLS, that is about the version. Let's wait for it to give more info on it. So rather than you can run your nuclei on a single target, you can run nuclei on multiple targets as well. You just need to pass on the targets inside or store the targets inside a file. Let's say in our case we'll be storing inside target.txt, and I will pass on those target and I will check it against certain CVEs which are present inside nuclei's database. Sure, it's gonna take its own time, so we can do is just wait. Now you can see our scan has been completed and we got all this information. Now same way we can just use multiple URLs just to find out the information as in, like, you can go for searching out the different URLs or scan out different URLs at the same time stored inside the file itself. And how we are going to go for it? Just we can create a file. We can create a simple file, let's say nano space target.txt, and we can give it https colon double slash www dot megacorp1.com. We can also go for http colon double slash testphp dot vulnweb.com. We can also go for https colon double slash www dot lpu.in. So let's say I want to scan all the three targets over here, and what we can go for is we can use this file for our help for our targets. So what we can go for, that is nuclei space hyphen L, that is the list of files, and we can go for target.txt and hit the enter. So it's going to pick those targets one by one from the file itself, and it's going to reveal all the information, whatever the information is required for us. Right now we just received the upper layer information. That means the servers used by all of these. So it says for test PHP it's using Nginx, for megacorp1 it's using Apache 2.4.38 on Debian, for lpu.in it's using cloudflare ssl.com. So that's how we can grab all of the information. Now let it detect further more information. It says a WAF has been detected for Cloudflare, that is a web application firewall has been detected for it. Now let it search for different information and we can wait while it's searching the whole information. And here the information has revealed. Let's see what further information can be received from it. and it says lpu.in got TLS 1.3, megacov1.com has also got TLS 1.3. And hence that's how we grab hold of the information from this. Now we can also look out for the templates of nuclei. So we can go for cd space dot local nuclei hyphen templates. If we will do a listing, so you will find all of these templates which you can actually go for. Let's say you can go for cd cves and do a listing over here. So accordingly there will be listed cves according to their years. Same way you can go for takeovers. Let's say cd space takeovers do a ls, so it's gonna tell you about all of the takeover vulnerabilities. Moreover, if you will be looking for cd space vulnerabilities do a ls, so these are all the vulnerabilities which you can look into. So I am going to map my search of nuclei which is stored inside the file of target.txt according to the CVs. But before doing so, we need to update the templates. So for doing so, I will be going for nuclei hyphen update hyphen templates and hit the enter. It says no new found for nuclei templates. So always make sure you update the templates if it has been little outdated. Now what I can go for is I can use all of these templates to map with the CVE. So I can go for nuclei space hyphen l target.txt with hyphen t, that is the template. I'm going to look for CVE's template. So it will be mapping all of those CVEs which they will be found, or the nuclei will be finding inside my target URLs. Same goes if I want to check out for WordPress, I will be looking out for WordPress. If I want to look out for takeovers, I will be looking for takeovers. If I want to go for vulnerability detection, I will be going for vulnerability detections. So likewise, I can actually go for all of those templates which are quite present inside my nuclei tool. So let's wait for the scan to get completed and then we'll proceed. If you will hit enter, this time you are not going to see any progress report, as you were able to see inside nmap. And it says no result found, which means all of these URLs are quite secure and there is no vulnerability related with the CVEs there. So same way, if I want to go for vulnerabilities, I will be just typing here vulnerabilities, or if I want to go for takeovers, I will be just writing takeovers. So that's how my nuclei is going to work and give you information accordingly to the templates you will be looking for. So here we can see our scan has got completed over the local IP address. So same kind of information you will be receiving from the result when you will be going to scan a server which is completely online or on the internet. Now, depending upon different kind of information, we have got certain websites which are useful for scanning further more information. Like there is a specific website or web application which will be giving us information about the security header more exclusively. So we have got a security header scanner.com. Here in this web application, what we need to do is we just need to enter the address here. So I can go for megacop1.com and hit the enter key. So it's going to okay, the action was blocked, the address validation failed. Okay, so let me give it https colon double slash sorry https colon double slash www.megacop1.com and scan the result itself. So it says scan your site and the report summary, the grade which it has provided us is F. Why? There are certain basic security headers which were supposed to be present are not present on my web application. For example, strict HTTP strict transport security should be present, which is not present. Content security policy is supposed to be present, which is not present. X frame options is supposed to be present, which is not present. X content type option and referrer policy and permission policy is supposed to be present, and these are not present. Depending upon these information provided by the raw headers, the information it will give us, like server is Apache, last modified was on this date. Then we have got accept range is bytes, vary is as accept encoding, content type is HTML and TXT. And here is certain definition about those security headers, why they are useful. When we talk about strict transport security, that is HSTS, is an excellent feature to support on your site and strengthens your implementation of TLS. Content security policy, or also known as CSP, is an effective measure to protect your site from XSS attack. X-frame option, it is basically used for preventing click-jacking attack. X content type option, it's used for stopping mime sniff attack. Then referrer policy is a header that allows a site to control how much information the browse includes with navigation away from a document and should be set by all sites. Permission policy is a new header that allows a site to control which features and APIs can be used in the browser. Now, taking another example of a website, let's talk about lpu.in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scan this lpu.in in this header scanner, and let's see what information we are going to get from here. Wow. This website also have got certain kind of implementation which says it is F, which means these policies are not present over here. Whereas when we talk about the UMS, that is University Management System of LPU, so I have got this URL over here for the management purpose for the students, and let's try to check out. So we can go ahead and run different kind of policies, different kind of web applications, and the URL over here it says extreme option header is present while others are not present over here. And so with certain more information you will be able to see all this information over here. So these kind of services you can just find out with the help of this web application, where this web application is going to tell you more about the security headers which are supposed to be present in the web application but are not present and neither are enforced. Same way, sometimes we want to go for scanning the SSL certificate which is present inside the web application. So for performing the SSL scan, we have got another web application, that is SSL labs.com, and we have got a SSL test index.html. This website or web application can be used for performing SSL scan. So here I just need to give the host name. Let's give https://www.megacorp1.com and hit the enter key. So it's going to check for all the domains and subdomains which are associated. If they are browsable by the browser, then it's going to add all of those security headers, not security headers, all of those subdomains, and will be performing whole of the scan. So it says please wait, 8% of the scan has been completed, 23% of the scan has been completed, 77% has been completed, 90%, 99%. Just one more to go for. Okay, so overall rating for this website is B because of certain attacks which can be done or which cannot be done as per the security goes about this web application. So here are certain things which they have shown you about the whole website as well as the web application. What are the things which can be done? So it has given you about the SSL certificate information. The subject is www.megacorp1.com. The hash for the fingerprint SHA-256 hash is this. The common name is www.megacorp1.com. Alternative name is also www.megacorp1.com. Here is the serial number. They have given from when to when the certificate is valid. Key they are using is RSA 2048 bits. The weak key, that's no. Issuer is R3. Signature algorithm is this, that is combination of SHA-256 with RSA. Now scrolling down, more information about your SSL certificate. Now they have given the configuration about TLS 1.3, TLS 1.2, TLS 1.1, TLS 1.0, SSL2, SSL3. So here are certain more ciphers which are supposed to be present and which are present, and they have told you about which cipher is weak in this and which cipher is strong. So wherever you will be seeing the green one, it will say it's a very strong cipher, whereas when we see the information in the orange color, it means the cipher is quite a weak cipher. Scrolling down, it has given the handshake simulation with different user agents across the globe, starting from Android 2.3.7, that's one of the oldest version of the Android, till Android 9.0, different browsers like Chrome, from Chrome 49 on Windows XP Service Pack 3 to Firefox 73 on Windows 10. That including Internet Explorer 7 from Windows Vista to Internet Explorer 11 on Windows 10, and different. It has given almost all of the user agents handshakes simulation. Scrolling down, there will be a list of certain attacks which will be saying whether these attacks are supported or not, or you can perform these attacks or not. Like it says beast attack, it says not mitigated server side, which means there is a possibility that this attack could work on the server side. Whereas there is this zombie poodle attack, there is this golden poodle attack, and furthermore there are sleeping poodle, open SSL length 0, golden poodle attack is there. These are the attacks which can be to which this web application is not vulnerable. To same way, scrolling down will give you similar information about the SSL of this web application. Now, if there are multiple web applications associated with it, let's say, for example, I want to scan another website, and let's go for a certain website, let's say oyorooms.com, and hit the enter key. So it's going to search whether there is just one browsable domain or multiple browsable domain. It's going to resolve, and it says yes, there is just only one browsable domain here. That's why it just gave me a specific IP. Else it would have given me various multiple IPs with their domain name, which is browsable in the your browser itself, and it would have performed the same scanning on all those browsable domains of oyorooms.com. So that's how you can perform SSL scanning on certain web application and grab the information about various domains having running SSL on them.